What's going on? Still getting suited and booted. What do you know? I actually do have hair. I do have hair. I actually got decent hair for a 40 plus year old. Still growing, still flowing. At some point I'm gonna cut it. But as of today, nope. All right. Let me get Yeah, I don't got no weird hairline or nothing like that, no bald spots. So all the glory to the most high. But we are here. And I had to use the restroom. There was an update. I forgot to put the notification out, but it is morning on a Saturday. And typically, this is when most people tend to, fall off. About a weekend, this is when most people tend to, go astray, or they can't continue to go on the path of seeking first around this mark. I'll button this up all the way. I mean, business. All right. This is when a lot of people tend to, start to miss the mark, start to get a little weary. Can't continue to move forward. Let me get some pressure up in here. Hopefully, you guys can see me all right. Got a lot of natural light coming in. It is a gloomy day here in Ohio. So it is not, as sunshiny as maybe where you're at. But we are here to keep this going. All right. Let's sip a little bit of my tea. And again, I got something special for my weekly fortune cookie to go, especially for Gen Z. Definitely got a great, short, quick message to put out for them. But let's rise and shine. Let's get it. We're going to keep on this path. We're going to keep matriculating it down the field. I got this one hair that just always sticks out. All right. But it is Saturday, and we are in morning, day 6. Again, we're going to keep it moving and grooving. Nighttime later. And a lot of people tend to fall off at about this market about a week because you go into the unknown. You go into, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. There becomes a lot of unknown factors, and it's really just believing in a thought. You're just believing in a thought, and it doesn't want to release you. It's essentially the ego. The ego has been feeding on you for, ever since you went out of adolescence, number 13. And I could break down number 13, but that's another video for another day. So at that point, everyone has shedded their adolescence, and Mother Nature trusts in your intelligence. And, hormones hijack your intelligence. You start to operate a certain way where you start believing in thoughts. And when you start believing in thoughts, it's going to build you up to let you down, just like emotions, anger. And essentially, that's when the hate truly starts to grow in your heart. It's already there, but this is when it starts to manifest after the age of 13 plus. Some people shed their adolescence at about 11 or 12, but for certain, all people have shedded their adolescence by the age of 13. And then you start to believe in these thoughts, and these thoughts only build you up to let you down. They lead you astray. And this is why this is essential, because even people that are 50, 60, 70 plus, they don't have a way out. There's no way out. So this is why I'm leaving this carbon footprint. I don't care if this gets one view, which is probably myself. I want to be able to leave this mark. So when down the road, if this message continues to grow, and again, I'm just here to deliver the message. If it continues to grow, people can say that he's certified. He's exactly who he says he is, as far as putting in the work and having true faith, which means to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. But enough talky. Time for some walky. And we're going to get it and get right into it. And let me get that off the screen. But again, I'm not worried about, a ton of people coming here. I still have a new channel. I've been, putting out content, I would say, for a little over a year now. So to be at this position is actually, I appreciate it. I appreciate where I'm at, and I'm just going to keep trying to build on what I have. I looked at some analytics, which I try not to get too much into. I try to just put out the best possible content and let the chips fall where they may. But I did notice that I'm getting close to 100,000 views. So let me give a quick shout out to myself. And this is total views for my channel. So I enjoy doing this. To me, it's something I've added into my life. And again, I've been watching Mill Spaces. I just been watching content in general for a very long time, and I saw that this is something that was needed, and this was the right path to go. So that's a whole lot of it. Not too concerned, if it becomes monetary, that's great. If people want to donate, that's absolutely awesome. But for me, I wanted to put this message out there so that way anyone has an opportunity, and I'll do my best to get it out to as many people as possible so that anyone knows that there is a way out and that you don't have to live in your hell, that you can have peace and live a perfect life. All right, with that being said, if you watch my channel before, you know what I'm about to hit you with.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker!
All right, up early on a Saturday morning. Let's get this timer set. Let's get right into it. And remember, you always want to set the timer for a little bit more time than what you actually are doing it for. So typically I do it for 15 minutes. I set my timer for about 16 minutes. Gives me time for quick preparation as far as getting a pillow, getting to the right position. And then also, if you are doing the energy strengthening, let me know how long it takes for you to actually kind of get into it to where you're actually like, I'm starting to really observe. I'm starting to really see the energy coming over me. All right, but let's get into position and let's make it happen. All right, glasses off. Just relax. All right, we did it. We did it. Day 6 morning in the books. All right. Day 6 morning is in the books, folks. Again, this is when a lot of people tend to fall off, especially around the weekend time. You know, they go out the night before. Let me make sure this is off. They go out the night before, and then you know, they want to do all that extracurricular activities. And then once they do all that extracurricular activity stuff, you know, they don't want to give God what is God's. They gave Caesar what is Caesar's, you know, going out and doing whatever. But, you know, it's time to give God what is God's. And then expecting different results, which is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And also for the people that are doing it, let me know if it's easier to do it in the morning time or if it's easier to do it at nighttime. There's some small adjustments that you can make there, you know, as far as doing it at nighttime. When I first started doing it, I would fall asleep a lot, energy strengthening. I would fall asleep a lot at the nighttime because I had all that stress just falling off of me, and I had, you know, had a very eventful day. So the way that I was able to alleviate that to still give God what is God's at nighttime is I shorten up the time frame. I would not do it at 11 o'clock. I would do it at 9 o'clock, so earlier in the night, so that way I had that session in. And that's exactly why I chose 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. because it pretty much saved time for everyone. But that is it. We've done it again. If you did do it with me and you are here on the weekend, you made it this far, let me give you some props. And I got some very interesting content coming out today, tomorrow, here in the near future, but definitely this weekend. Definitely want to be out here in these. Hold on, where is that? I got, let me cue this up. Definitely want to be out here in these.
In these streets.
So I got some very interesting spots I want to hit up. So stay tuned for that. But until then, if I stay any longer, I have to charge you. Peace.